Hello everyone, Bible believers around the world. We're back with Unmasking the Edomites, and we're here with episode 15. We are actually going to be talking about the origin of the teaching that the white man is Esau and where it actually came from. And it's going to surprise you. Excuse me. So it turns out that the teaching that white people are Edomites actually never originated with the One West camps and Israelites in general. It actually comes from the Talmud and the Ashkenazi Jews, Talmudic Jews, whatever you want to call them. And I find that very interesting because the One West camp guys are quick to point out, the synagogue is Satan and how they're liars and how they can't be trustworthy and how they stole our identity. But it's kind of hypocritical because the same people who told us we were African, who stole our land, stole our culture, stole our books, stole our identity, enslaved us and everything else. You call him a liar, you call him in synagogue and Satan, all the other type of stuff. Nothing that they say is ever true. But when they say that white people are Edomites, you accept that though. The same people who did all that, you trust them when it comes to that. That's very hypocritical. So you see, you don't care about truth. It's only if it lines up with your doctrine. These are the same people who you always talk about synagogue and Satan, devil, no truth in them. But yet, you like their Esau doctrine. Let's get reading. Did you know that the teaching that the white race is Esau originally came from the Ashkenazi Talmudic writers? So the synagogue of Satan stole your land, money, history, culture, and told you that you're Hamites, but yet you believe them when it comes to Esau. Let's read some of this. We'll start with the source on the bottom, on the left. The book of Obadiah is a favorite study of modern Jews. It is here especially that they read the future fate of their own nation and of the Christians. All right, so right here. They believe that the Edomites are the Christians who are going to be brutally slaughtered and that they are the Israelites who will triumph. So right there, they link the Edomites as being white people. Let's go to another one. The metaphor as Rome as Esau was not limited to hardened or even Romans who antagonized the rabbis. Even those Roman officials who were beloved by the rabbis are still spoken of as descendants of Esau in rabbi literature. According to one Talmudic legend, for instance, Anosis, probably a loose reference to Hadrian Caesar, Ananias Pavus, yeah, these names are hard, worries that as a descendant of Esau, he will not be saved. You see, so what these Ashkenazi Jews have done is since that they believe that they're the people, whenever somebody oppresses them, they like to make the link with the people who've oppressed them in modern times as being somebody who's messed them up in the Bible. For example, if a Hamite, steals from an Ashkenazi Jew, he's going to start calling that Hamite a Moabite. If a white man steals from him, he becomes an Edomite. You see, they like to put titles on people they like to put Bible titles on people who mess with them, but they have no historical, biblical, or DNA evidence to actually prove what they're saying. Hope I broke that down right. Here's another source, Modern Judaism, page 226. And all the denunciations of the servant plagues against the house of Esau, the cities of Edom and Mount Seir, which all belong to Rome and the Christians, and that the fate of the Christians at that time will be more dreadful than that of the Meteans. And the Abral particularly says the slaughter of the Turks in the future battle will not be so great as that of the Christians. For many of the Turks will escape according to Isaiah, but of the Christians, Obadiah says, there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. So when you say, yeah, Esau is the Caucasian, just know that you were taught by the Ashkenazi Jews, the people who took your identity. Just remember that. Like I said, I'm going to try and explain it better. They like to call people who messed with them biblical names, is what they like to do. I mean, that's no different than me, on the job and someone steals my lunchbox and I say, hey, Nebuchadnezzar, bring that back. It's the same thing. So I just wanted to point out the hypocrisy, so many One West Camp Israelites think that, they've struck gold with this doctrine and that there's something spiritual about it. There's nothing spiritual about it. It comes from the Ashkenazi rabbis who came up with this doctrine. It's nothing new. And before I get this video taken down, no, I don't believe all European Jews are bad. No, I don't believe that they're Satan, and no, I don't believe that they can't be saved. They can be saved and they can receive salvation and make it into the kingdom. But this is stuff that must be brought out and must be taught. All right, this is stuff that has to be said. Now, with that being in mind, a lot of One West Camp doctrine that many Israelites believe actually come from the Talmud. Like the doctrine that Gentiles can't be saved actually comes from the Talmud, because one of the verses in the Talmud says that even the best of the Gentiles should be killed. So when you hate white people and say they can't be saved, and when you call them Esau and all that type of stuff, just know that the people who are in your land right now are the ones who taught you that. So that's something I just wanted to cover. This will likely be the last episode, for quite some time until, the Most High Yah brings more, information forth about the Edomites. But right now, we're going to be extending this series to a new branch, and we're going to be talking about Amalek specifically, because they do call the European Jews Amalek, which this is kind of a hole in that right now, because Amalek is, a tribe of Esau, just like, Ephraim, is a tribe of the Israelites. So why does Amalek hate other Edomites so bad? They're still Edomites at the end of the day. So that doesn't make any sense. Just like when you read the scriptures, there's nowhere in scriptures where it says that the house of Esau would be divided and that they would hate each other and that they would kill each other. That's why, it's important when you look into scripture. I think it's the book of Joshua where it talks about, the sons of Japheth battling each other, World War I, World War II, the Napoleon Wars, the Revolutionary War, the Civil War. You look at all that type of stuff, that doesn't fit Esau. It fits Japheth, who those people actually are. Because it's nowhere, Esau is one small nation. Why is Esau killing each other? Why does Esau hate each other? Japheth is the one with all these different huge countries and tribes who, are fighting for their own agenda. So Amalek hating his own people makes zero sense. It's like there's no difference between Amalek and Esau. It's just like Judah and Ephraim. They're all Israel. They're just different tribes. So just wanted to cover that. Thanks for watching.